something tells me that I will probably regret this for the rest of my natural life, but on the eve of getting all my teeth yanked out of my head, with the possibility that I may actually not return, it's something like 5%, 1 to 5%, okay, so it's infinitesimally small, but still the possibility is there that I may not come back, folks. You know, I may take the big nap, you know. Something about infection going down into my heart and causing my heart to stop, you know. Like I said, it's only like 1 to 5% chance, though. I mean, you know, so it's not, you know, the chances are very, very rare of that occurring, but it is there. And so I thought, well, on the off chance that I should actually survive through this ordeal, which most people do, I thought, well, I'll just open it up to you guys' questions. I would prefer video. I mean, come on, guys. Webcam, tigerdirect.com, $10, okay? And it's Vista capable. It's Windows Vista capable even. You know, $10. I mean, $9.99, okay? The shipping and handling I think is like $2 or $3 or something. You know, I'm getting a new cam myself, as I've stated in a previous video, okay? So I mean, you know, come on, guys. You know, I would prefer a video response. If you absolutely positively cannot give me a video response, then fine, leave a comment. But I would prefer a video response. In any event, I'm opening it up to just any old question you have, anything. I would prefer that your questions be in good taste. I reserve the right to delete them if they aren't. I mean, you know, things like sexual preference and stuff like that should be fairly obvious to me that I'm, you know, fairly obvious to you guys rather that I'm heterosexual. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs. I don't approve of those who do. I can see every once in a while maybe having a glass of wine at dinner or something like that, or maybe having a beer after a workout or something like that. But for regular alcohol consumption, it's just not me, guys. Sorry. And I can get into that later. It's no worries. But there's some people that just ain't meant to drink. Hello, Kiefer Sutherland. You know, there's some of us that ain't meant to drink because we end up doing stupid things. I do like you, Kiefer. You should drink. If one of those people like me, just stay away from it altogether. Okay? Anyway, just any question you have, literally. Like I said, I would prefer they be in good taste because I will delete them if they aren't. And as for the haters out there, you guys, I'm just going to lock you. I'm sick of that shit. But no, seriously, if you have any questions, pressing questions, something of genuine importance, on anything, literally anything, I'll be happy to answer. I thought I would open that. I've noticed that there's a lot of people on YouTube doing that lately. And I thought, well, what the heck? Seems like a good idea. And since on the eve of getting all my teeth yanked out, I figured that would be a good thing to, you know, let you guys do and let you be thinking about a real good question, and you know, that way it'll take a little time, and you know, and then by the time I come back, if you know, if I survive the ordeal, if I, you know, once I am back to where I don't eat fruit to a straw anymore and stuff like that, so maybe I can give you a video response, or at least try to answer some. Mr. Awesome, how you doing? I have a question. Are you the fount of all knowledge? Do you know all things? The reason I asked you this question is because I am a pagan. I believe in multiple deities. I believe in the council of elders of the gods. And so the reason I ask you for the fount of all knowledge is because I believe it's a fatal flaw of atheism. See, in order for you to categorically deny any existence of the universe, which is what atheism is, you have to have knowledge of all things. Who's to say that on Alpha Centauri there isn't a god living there? Well, you know, you don't know, do you? See my point? So I have to ask, are you the fount of all knowledge? And I would ask you any atheist. Don't get me wrong, I like my atheist. But I believe this is a fatal flaw of atheism, and I think that the proper term for so-called atheist is actually not enough. Because, I mean, let's face it, none of us know all things, so we would be gods ourselves, thus defeating the purpose, right? So, the truth of the matter is that unless you know all things, there's no way you can know whether a God exists or not. There's no way to deny it or prove it. Because in order to be an atheist, if my terminology is correct, in order to be an atheist, you must be able to categorically prove there is no such thing as a God, and there never was, nor never will be.
Somebody the other day said, hey, you're kind of starting to look like Benjamin Franklin. I said, thank you very much. Especially when I wear these motherfuckers. He said, damn, you're starting to look like Ben Franklin. I said, thank you very fucking much. Alrighty, folks. The little red sign says, we are live, we are live, we are live, and it is so. I just thought I'd hop in here. I actually went to bed about 6:30, and didn't stay there for very long. So here I am. And I thought I would come in here and say hi. And I am wondering what's going on. Of course, you know, as you know, I believe that the gods are with me. And I believe that they know what's going on. They have their best interest at heart. They have my best interest at heart. They have them kids' best interest at heart. Of course, I don't understand why they allowed these assholes on YouTube to harass me as long as they did. And I'm sure they have a reason. And the problem is that now I want retribution for that. So I don't know. And, good evening, Blake. How you doing? I also noticed that Trolls, Haters, and Naysayers, an internet terrorist group funded and controlled by Google, has been watching my shit and posting it on their Google page. But that's not anything new because Google loves internet terrorism, don't you, Google? Yeah, you love that shit. That's why you fund these motherfuckers. That's why you protect them. I mean, how many times have people flagged this fucking channel down, trolls, haters, and naysayers, and Google has done nothing? Google leaves it setting up. So I have to believe that Google supports internet terrorism. Otherwise, they would have taken down trolls, haters, and naysayers channel. Not just for slander or libel or defamation, but just for flat out hate speech. I mean, my God, hate speech, harassment, stalking. I mean, the list goes on, and yet Google refuses to take this fucking channel down. So I must assume that Google is complicit in internet terrorism. I have no choice but to believe that. Now, if Google wants to change that opinion, then they need to delete the channel trolls, haters, and naysayers. Simple enough, right? Yeah, simple enough for me. Problem is that they won't get rid of trolls, haters, and naysayers because Google is funding trolls, haters, and naysayers. That's why they've been doing what they've been doing for over 10 years. Because no sane, rational individual is going to stick to somebody that they don't like. And they sure as hell ain't going to do it for no 10 years. That's just fucking insane. All right, so what's going on here? Well, they're being paid, obviously. Something's going on. I mean, they've got incredible power. They can sit there and contact VidMe and literally shut down VidMe to the point where VidMe won't talk to anyone. That's a lot of power. So I must assume that they have the power of Google behind them. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to do what they do. It's just that simple. And so, I can't wait for this lawsuit from PragerU to take off because I'm going to give PragerU every bit of information that I've learned over the last 10 plus years in regards to Google and YouTube and how these assholes have tormented me and my family and tortured us mentally. You know, my poor ex-wife was tortured mentally. She was. She would be told by the trolls, don't do anything. He's a slave driver. He's slave driving you, Andrea. You let him do all the work. And so Andrea would lay in bed and not do any work. Well, then here comes my family, who, by the way, is friends with trolls, haters, and naysayers, I now know. And they come in and see me laying in bed, and they say, get up, you're a wife and a mother, get up and act like it and take care of your house. Okay, so Andrea was getting the opposite signals all the time, back and forth, over and over and over again, and her brain went, snap. And that's exactly what the fuck happened. Simple as that. So I have to believe that Google is perfectly okay with a group of people that like to destroy people's marriages, that like to get kids abused under foster care, that like to harass people for 10 years, that like gang stalking, that like internet terrorism, that like to try to get people's online businesses destroyed, which they did. I had an online computer business, if you'll remember. And what did they do? They run off all my clients. Well, obviously, if you run off all my clients, my business ain't going to last very long now, is it? All right, so, Google apparently thinks this is perfectly okay. Otherwise, they would have took down trolls, haters, and naysayers years ago, right? Yeah. So I have no choice but to believe that Google is complicit in this group's terrorist activities. Now, I know some smarmy idiot out there is going to say, well, internet terrorism ain't the same as real-life terrorism. The fuck it ain't. The fuck it ain't. There are real people on the end of these computers. This is not some fucking game. All right? This is not a game. This is not funny. There ain't a thing bit funny about this. These people have terrorized my family for 10 years, and Google and YouTube were complicit. Google and YouTube sat on their fucking ass and did nothing. And so YouTube and Google are going to get sued. So when Prager University launches their lawsuit against YouTube and Google, my happy ass is going to at least be there by video. I may not be there in person, but I sure as fuck can video conference via Skype. And the courts will hear every goddamn thing that's been done to me, my ex-wife, and my kids. And the court will know about trolls, haters, and naysayers. They will know about the Honor Network by Lenny Posner. They will find out with evidence that nobody died at Sandy Hook or Boston bombing. I've got the documents. I have the actual documents. Nobody died at Sandy Hook or Boston bombing. I don't give a fuck what that crisis actor piece of shit Lenny Posner says. Nobody fucking died. They didn't die. And so I'm going to take great pleasure in watching Lenny Posner get put in a fucking orange jumpsuit and doing a fucking perp walk. I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of that. And then maybe he'll grow a brain and he'll say, hey, I shouldn't have fucked with that Vonhelton guy. I should have left him the fuck alone. And so will trolls, haters, and naysayers, because they're all going to fucking jail too. Because if you think YouTube is going to go down the toilet without taking you fuckers with them, yeah, you're not thinking clearly, motherfucker. Because YouTube, I guarantee you that YouTube and Google will sing like a fucking canary, and that every goddamn one of you sons of bitches are going to go to fucking prison. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if Prager University says, okay, now listen, here's the deal, Google and YouTube. If you tell us who's been doing all this shit, we'll let you go, or at least make your sentence a lot less. You don't think Google and YouTube would sing like a fucking canary at that? Oh, fuck yeah. You say, oh, that won't happen. Bullshit. Deals like that are made all the fucking time. All the fucking time. Are you listening to me, trolls? Deals like that are made all the time in court. And YouTube and Google is going to sing like a fucking canary, and you sons of bitches are all going to go to federal prison. Watch it happen. Because YouTube and Google are not going to go down the shitter without taking you with them. And you better believe that shit. Because that's the truth. And so I'm going to have a great deal of fun watching you motherfuckers do the purple walk. I'm going to enjoy that shit. I'm going to enjoy it a lot. And it's long overdue. 10 years fucking with me and my family. 10 years? Yeah, that's not normal, bitch. There is nothing normal about that. Okay? Somebody the other day said, hey, you're kind of starting to look like Benjamin Franklin. I said, thank you very much. Especially when I wear these motherfuckers. He said, damn, you're starting to look like Ben Franklin. I said, thank you very fucking much. I consider it an honor to be named after one of the founding fathers. I just wish that I could have been there to stop some of this shit. If I could have just been there, I might could have saved some lives, you know? Damn it.
Do you hear my end of my beginning? Even when I'm losing, I'm winning. 'Cause I give all of you. Oh, give me all. Oh, yeah. Oh, give me all you own. Yeah. How many times do I have to tell you? Even when you're crying, you're beautiful too. The world is beating you down. I'm around through every mood. You're my downfall. You're my muse. My worst distraction, my rhythm and blues. I can't stop singing. It's ringing in my head for you. Oh.
What planet are you from? No, seriously, what planet are you from? Because this is the most idiotic claptrap I've ever heard in my life. One of the most liberal founding fathers we had, Thomas Jefferson, guess what the first school book was? Take a guess. It was the Bible. Guess what the first schoolhouse was? It was a converted church. Many of the churches here in the South today, the little ones, are still schoolhouses. Okay, they do double duty, you know, same building. One day it's a church, next day it's a schoolhouse. It's a schoolhouse Monday through Friday, on the weekends it's a church. There's still today, churches that practice the same standard that Jefferson, Washington, Adams, Monroe, they all started back in 1776. Okay? Like I said, your liberal professors never taught you this shit. You know why? Because they hate America. Okay? Everything you have spoken about is come to you by people who hate this country. They don't like this country. Communism infiltrated our schools in 1933. Yes, I can prove that. And ever since then, it has trashed our school system horribly. Because communists don't like America. Because communism and capitalism, okay, they're the antithesis of one another. They're the polar opposites of one another. Communism and capitalism do not coexist well. It's like trying to mix oil and water, okay? So the communist is going to do everything he can to destroy America, demoralize America, devalue the founding fathers and what they were trying to say. So no, I'm sorry, but your gross misinterpretation of the Constitution will not hold muster. Because I assure you that when the founding fathers wrote this document, if burning the flag was okay, they'd have put it in there. If killing your baby was okay, they would have put it in there. I assure you that babies existed in 1776.
I mean to put a couple G's down in my fucking drop-in down there. My chip-in, or whatever the fuck that thing's called. Vaughn is e-bagging? Vaughn is always e-bagging. Let me tell you something. Cocoa Puffs is e-bagging. Do you hear me? Cocoa Puffs is fucking e-bagging. They want your cash too. So why the fuck can't I get a cut? You know, oh my God, Vonhelton's actually asking for money. Yeah, so what? So the fuck is everybody. Cocoa Puffs wants your money. Fucking Hanes Underwear wants your fucking money. Everybody on the fucking planet wants your fucking money. So why the fuck can't I ask for it too? I might as well. Everybody else is. Why are you denying me a right that you're giving everybody else? E-begging. E-begging my fucking ass.
But I don't dream very often. So I was amazed when I actually got a dream. Just the other night, in fact. The dream is very interesting because in the dream, I am interested in this particular female, and very interested, in fact. And so I'm decided, though, to investigate, make sure she was, you know, a decent person and on the level, all that good shit. So I spied on her. Yeah, sorry, but I did. I want to be sure. I mean, come on. You know, I mean, these days, man, you can't pick up the paper without somebody ending up dead. You know, so it's not necessarily a bad thing to want to make sure, you know, you are who you say you are and all that good stuff, you know. Make sure they know kooks and weirdos and all that. So I'm spying on this chick. Okay. I follow her back to a, I don't know, some sort of building, some sort of complex, perhaps an abandoned warehouse or something. I don't know. I don't remember that part. That part's a little fuzzy. But anyway, I follow her back to this particular building, and I'm observing these men, these young men, kind of like a street gang on steroids, sort of, kind of. And they have this machine, and the machine is not of earthly design. And this machine, when they use it, it enhances their mental faculties, it increases their knowledge and their intelligence. But it has this interesting side effect. When they use the machine, their skin turns gray. Okay? And so right away I'm saying, that's interesting. This technology probably is from the Greys. And they're, for whatever reason, being allowed to use it to enhance themselves. Okay? Unfortunately for me, I am detected. And I'm basically in a Mexican standoff with these now super enhanced human beings, young guys, punks, whatever, thugs, whatever, use whatever term you want. And so I'm basically in a Mexican standoff, but it ain't much of a Mexican standoff because for whatever reason, I'm unarmed. So at this point, I'm in a real sticky situation, right? And I'm thinking, well, this dream is going to end rather badly for me. But then out of nowhere, there's this voice that says, hey, Punisher, catch this. And there's this chick off in the distance, behind some crates or something. She tosses me this huge potato sack full of weapons, you know. And of course, then things change rather dramatically, don't they? Yeah. Well, let's just put it this way: after I catch that potato sack that has my weapons in it, they're genetic and ET enhanced enhancements, double entendre there. You know, their extraterrestrial enhancements don't do them any good after that point.
Fuckers
Okay, let's
are
just put it that
liars,
way.
Man. They lie. They lie. They lie. They lie. They do not fucking tell the truth. Okay, they're consistent fucking liars. Alright? Don't e-beg? Why? Why not? Why should I not do what everybody... Dude, like I said, Cocoa Puffs want your fucking money too. Okay? Cocoa Puffs want your money, Hain Underwear wants your money. Fucking Kmart wants your money, Walmart wants your money, Piggly Wiggly wants your fucking money. You know, but I can't get on here and ask for money? Fuck. Everybody else has got a goddamn chip inbox.
Carol, a woman needs to feel safe, whether in the workplace or at home. And being a sexy woman doesn't give a man the right to touch you there. Wait, that's the speech I'm giving at the Rape Crisis Center tomorrow. You know what? I'm just gonna whistle.
Alpha Wolfgang has been hard at work, behind the scenes, trying to get yours truly to either be president or as vice president to Ron Paul. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I couldn't even get enough money to run for House of Representatives, let alone the Senate or the presidency. Nevertheless, it would appear, based upon the emails I'm getting and a few other comments I'm seeing here, there, and elsewhere, that my subscriber Alpha Wolfgang is just bound and determined to get me either as president or to run as vice president with Ron Paul. So, and then I've had some other comments too. Well, you know, what do you believe politically, and what would you do as president or vice president, blah, 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 blah. So, okay, fine, all right. I will tell you. As you know, I am a strict constitutionalist. I took an oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And I'm certainly not afraid of the globalists. Not in the least. I can't be bought. They could wave $6 billion under my nose. I wouldn't accept it. The very first thing I would do as President or Vice President of the United States is to disband the Council on Foreign Relations and the Trilateral Commission. Well, why would you do that, Vaughn? Because this is where your globalist mindset is operating. This is where the money gets funneled through. This is where the activities are funneled through. This is the pipeline that your Bilderberger group and Skull and Bones and all these assholes are, you know, that's the pipeline they use to control the government from within. So the first thing I would do, as either president or vice president, either one, would be to disband those two groups immediately. Anybody that was associated with them would have a choice of either staying in government or getting out. And I would prefer they get the fuck out. This is my personal opinion. But this is where your globalist mindset is at, and I would do away with those immediately, without question. That would stem the tide of a lot of the crap that's going on. As for some of the other problems, first of all, I would heavily arm the American people, a la Switzerland. I don't know if you're familiar with what's going on in Switzerland, but Switzerland has never been invaded and never been attacked. And the reason why that is because every citizen of Switzerland is allowed to carry a fully loaded M16 with a 30-round clip. They take it even into the restaurants, according to eyewitnesses. So that would be the second thing I did, was to completely and totally restore the Second Amendment, as originally intended by the Founding Fathers. there would be no limitations. I would completely disband the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, because alcohol is legal, tobacco is legal, and firearms is legal. So why in the hell have a Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms? It makes no damn sense. So I would disband the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, because all three of those things are legal, and one of them is covered under the Constitution. So I would disband that group. And you say, well, would you need congressional approval? No, I could do it through executive order. That's something that I could do through executive order, and there wouldn't be any problems with that. Half of the pork and half of the spending in Washington D.C. is through groups that aren't even necessary. Okay, so we could save billions of dollars just by cutting out some of these idiotic groups. Third thing I would do is beef up the space program immediately. Whether there be ET or not, ET be damned. We're going to the moon, the Mars, and the other thing, and we're doing it because we can and because we will. And if the ETs don't like it, they can kiss my ass. We're a spacefaring race. We're meant to be out in the galaxy. And I'm, as a Star Trek and Star Wars fan, I see no problem why we can't put that as a high priority for this nation. And the money we save from ceasing to be the world's policeman will give us more than enough money to pursue those endeavors.
All right. This is not a game. This is not funny. There ain't a thing bit funny about this. These people have terrorized my family for 10 years, and Google and YouTube were complicit. Google and YouTube sat on their fucking ass and did nothing. And so YouTube and Google are going to get sued. So when Prager University launches their lawsuit against YouTube and Google, my happy ass is going to at least be there by video. I may not be there in person, but I sure as fuck can video conference via Skype. And the courts will hear every goddamn thing that's been done to me, my ex-wife, and my kids. And the court will know about trolls, haters, and naysayers. They will know about the Honor Network by Lenny Posner. They will find out with evidence that nobody died at Sandy Hook or Boston bombing. I've got the documents. I have the actual documents. Nobody died at Sandy Hook or Boston bombing. I don't give a fuck what that crisis actor piece of shit Lenny Posner says. Nobody fucking died. They didn't die. And so I'm going to take great pleasure in watching Lenny Posner get put in a fucking orange jumpsuit and doing a fucking perp walk. I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of that. And then maybe he'll grow a brain and he'll say, hey, I shouldn't have fucked with that Vonhelton guy. I should have left him the fuck alone. And so will trolls, haters, and naysayers, because they're all going to fucking jail too. Because if you think YouTube is going to go down the toilet without taking you fuckers with them, yeah, you're not thinking clearly, motherfucker. Because YouTube, I guarantee you that YouTube and Google will sing like a fucking canary, and that every goddamn one of you sons of bitches are going to go to fucking prison. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if Prager University says, okay, now listen. Here's the deal, Google and YouTube. If you tell us who's been doing all this shit, we'll let you go. Or at least make your sentence a lot less. You don't think Google and YouTube would sing like a fucking canary at that? Oh, fuck yeah. You say, oh, that won't happen. Bullshit. Deals like that are made all the fucking time. All the fucking time. Are you listening to me, trolls? Deals like that are made all the time in court. And YouTube and Google is going to sing like a fucking canary, and you sons of bitches are all going to go to federal prison. Watch it happen. Because YouTube and Google are not going to go down the shitter without taking you with them. And you better believe that shit. Because that's the truth. And so I'm going to have a great deal of fun watching you motherfuckers do the purple. I'm going to enjoy that shit. I'm going to enjoy it a lot. And it's long overdue. 10 years fucking with me and my family. 10 years? Yeah, that's not normal, bitch. There is nothing normal about that. Okay? There's nothing normal about that. So are you getting paid to do this shit? Of course you are. You're getting paid to terrorize me and my family. And as soon as this lawsuit kicks off, I guarantee you'll be implicated, because I'll make damn sure they got your info. I've already given them the Wall Street Journal all you guys' info. Sure have. I also give the Secretary of Treasury all of you guys' info. Sure have. I've also notified the Attorney General. Sure have. I sure have. I have notified the Attorney General to legally list you, trolls, haters, and naysayers, and the Honor Network as internet terrorist organizations. Literally. So now chew on that for a while, bitches. You want to destroy my family. You want to hurt my children. You want to harass the fuck out of me. You want to get my Vidme channel taken down. You want to fucking force me to close my YouTube channel so that I ain't got no fucking money.
All right.
They still worship the reptilians, correct? That's correct. That's what I'm saying. The ancient ancestors of the Negroid race came here with the reptilians and were allies with them. And the ancient African tribes out in the bush still worship these reptilians to this very day.
Wait, I'm part reptilian?
No, you're an ally to the reptilians.
Oh, well,
great.
really and truly the Caucasian race, or the white race would be more reptilian-like
No, the white
than
race
the... Oh, no,
white
better.
race is from Mars.
Yeah, and women are from Venus. Yeah, I know.
No, Asians are from Venus.
Come on now, laugh and be
Why won't
happy,
I debate
and the
Geek
world
Room?
will
Okay,
laugh
Geek
with
Room
you.
has
When
20
people
subs,
see you
okay?
smiling, they can't help smiling too. When you look out the window to a dark
I mean, you know,
and gloomy
that's not their
day,
fault. I
break
realize
out a
that.
smile and
But they've
in
only
a
got 20
while the
subs.
gloom will go
Okay,
away.
so, you know,
laugh and
they
be
can't sit there and
happy with a
claim that
merry
they're going to get my
melody.
message out,
A song
because
will
they're not
make
going to
a
get my message out
hat rack
to
look
20
like a
subs,
Christmas
okay?
tree. Get rid
Alrighty,
of
folks.
worry in a hurry.
What you are looking
Chase
at
the
is a
blues
poll that I put on Twitter.
away. Just
Now, the
laugh
interesting
and
thing,
be
though,
happy
it's
all the
it's 12 midnight. It just hit 12 midnight, which is kind of ironic. But it just hit 12 midnight. Now, I put this poll up early this morning, about 5 in the morning, something like that. I come back at 10 o'clock in the evening, okay? So the whole day this poll's been up. Only had 6 votes. Now, within the last hour or so, I've gained 70 more votes. Why? Because I went to each individual one of my followers and had to put it in their comments in order for them to see it. Apparently, Twitter has me shadow blocked. Well, imagine that. Because nobody saw my poll, man. Nobody. I had to put it in their comments in order for them to see it. I had to send it to them, you know. Of course, once I sent it to them, it took off like wildfire. But yeah, I'm shadow blocked by Twitter. Let's add that to the growing list, because I'm shadow blocked on YouTube, shadow blocked on Google, shadow blocked by pretty much everybody. And the reason why is because I am not the typical pagan. See, the typical pagan tends to lean to the left. They tend to be left-hand path, whereas I am a right-hand path pagan. I tend to be uber conservative. I tend to be pro-life, pro-gun. I tend to stand with the founding fathers and with the Constitution of the United States. Well, we can't have that, right? So, you know, that's where I'm at in that regard, is because, you know, I'm not your typical pagan you find on the internet. Now, I'm not the only right-hand path pagan out there. Once you get out in the real world, there are thousands and thousands of us. But, you know, here on the internet, I kind of feel like an island, okay, because there isn't very many of us right-hand path pagans on the internet. So, I'm one of the few. Anyway, speaking of which, one of my staunchest things is religious freedom, obviously. Because without it, I would have been hung. So, yeah, I'm big on religious freedom. I'm pro-gun, pro-life. I am totally against the Rockefeller Rothschild cabal. I will never bow the knee to the Rothschild Rockefeller cabal, ever. It will never happen. They won't be able to bribe me. They won't be able to intimidate me. They won't be able to do anything. I will not bow the knee to them. Sorry. Now, Mitch McConnell, our current senator for the state of Kentucky, has bowed the knee to the Rockefeller Rothschild cabal and is a staunch globalist. Well, yeah, I'm not a globalist. I can't stand globalism. Globalism, in my opinion, is communism on a global scale. That's all it is. That's all it really is, in my opinion. And, oh, by the way, I am a veteran. For those of you that may not know, I'm a veteran. Of course, I've got tons and tons and tons of haters out there spreading lies, especially on YouTube. They got my VidMe account recently disabled, which I thought was interesting. VidMe didn't even have the decency to contact me and find out what the heck was going on, which I thought was interesting also, because I was making them money, whereas the internet terrorists weren't making them a dime. So I'm kind of curious as to how that makes good business sense, to get rid of people that are making you money in favor of people that aren't making you any money at all. I don't get that. Anyways, but yeah, I thought I would share that my poll has taken, holy moly, it's up to 80 votes, just in the short time I've been talking to you. That's interesting. I didn't know it would do that real time. Isn't that amazing? And I got 6 days left on that. And once word gets out, you know, that's good. That's a good thing. But anyways, how many senators do you know that'll sit here in an undershirt and eat a White Castle and talk to you? Not very many, right? So I'm very unorthodox. I don't fit anybody's mold, and I don't like being in anybody's mold. I don't like to be pigeonholed at all. But the one thing I can promise you is that I will never ever abandon the Constitution of the United States. I swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that's exactly what I intend to do as Kentucky State Senator. Now, there's going to be people out there that's going to say, especially haters, oh, that Vonhelton, he can go run. Well, if I can get somebody that'll help me get organized and get started, I will indeed run. Absolutely. And this time it won't just be a simple write-in vote. This time it'll be an actual campaign. My last few times it was write-in votes, and it didn't go too well. So. Yeah.
I just wanna let you know you're a stupid fucking cunt. Go ahead.
So what are my
and run your
credentials?
mouth, pussy. I don't give
I was
a
a member of
fuck.
the Young
You're a
Republicans for several years.
piece of shit. You're a
I was on the Republican
fucking
Platform
bitch.
Committee
Shut the fuck up off
until
my dick.
the Republicans
Get the
decided to
fuck
include
up off
abortion.
my dick.
And when that occurred, me and a bunch of us got up and literally walked out. Never been a Republican since. So I'm a registered independent. However, I'm going to do whatever it takes to unseat Mitch. If that means I need to be a Republican, then so be it. But I kind of balked at that. I would much rather be an independent because I feel as an independent I can get Reagan Democrats as well as conservatives to rally to my side. But, you know, I'll do whatever it takes to unseat Mitch. Folks, I've been in Kentucky now for over 20 years. I have literally watched Kentucky go down with all hands. I've literally watched the decline of this state. We had a Democrat governor there for a long time, and then we had Mitch in the Senate, and I forget the House representative. That's horrible, isn't it? But I forget his name right offhand. I can't seem to never remember the guy's name. And I've mentioned him several times, but I can't never seem to remember his name. Whatever. Anyway, the point is, I've watched the man in the House and in the Senate, and like I said, we had a Democrat governor at the time, and I literally watched Kentucky just go
And
downhill.
Polly's Customs, when I come to your house, I'm going to beat the shit out of you, just like I beat the shit out of George Bush pimps. Don't think it won't happen, motherfucker. Oh, Vonhelton's threatening me. Yeah, call the police, motherfucker. Go ahead, call the police. Because your happy ass has to show up in court. And when you show up in court, your fucking ass is mine. So please, call the police on me, you motherfucker. Go ahead. Call the police on me. I don't give a fuck. Because when you show up in court, I got your fucking ass, and you damn well know it. That's why none of you motherfuckers have ever took me to court yet. If I'm so Mr. Bad, if I'm so Mr. Evil, why in the fuck haven't you sumbitches ever taken me to court? Because you're a fucking bunch of scaredy cats. You're a bunch of fucking pussies hiding behind your goddamn keyboard. And for a fact, you know that I'm not guilty of a damn thing, except trying to get on here and warn people about shit that's happening, like these fucking earthquakes. But can I get on here and warn people about earthquakes? No. I gotta shut up my fucking chat because some dumbass, like Polly's Customs, can't fucking get off his duff enough to go out here and actually do research. He's got to sit here and try to aggravate me when I'm trying to do research. So yeah, call the cops, Polly. Call the cops, Polly. I'm gonna beat your ass, fucker. Call the cops. And then when you show up in court, your ass is mine, motherfucker. I'm begging you.
Because nobody saw my call, man. Nobody. I had to put it in their comments in order for them to see it. I had to send it to them, you know. Of course, once I sent it to them, it took off like wildfire. But yeah, I'm shadow blocked by Twitter. Let's add that to the growing list because I'm shadow blocked on YouTube, shadow blocked on Google, shadow blocked by pretty much everybody. And the reason why is because I am not the typical pagan. See, the typical pagan tends to lean to the left. They tend to be left-hand path, whereas I am a right-hand path pagan. I tend to be uber conservative. I tend to be pro-life, pro-gun. I tend to stand with the founding fathers and with the Constitution of the United States. Well, we can't have that, right? So, you know, that's where I'm at in that regard, is because, you know, I'm not your typical pagan you find on the internet. Now, I'm not the only right-hand path pagan out there. Once you get out in the real world, there are thousands and thousands of us. But
beef up the space program immediately. Whether there be ET or not, ET be damned. We're going to the moon, the Mars, and the other things. And we're doing it because we can and because we will. And if the ETs don't like it, they can kiss my ass. We're a spacefaring race. We're meant to be out in the galaxy. And I'm, you know, as a Star Trek and Star Wars fan, I see no problem why we can't put that as a high priority for this country. And the money we save from ceasing to be the world's policeman will give us more than enough money to pursue those endeavors. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, all this hatred towards freedom of religion in this country, that's going to cease. If the Wiccans want to use a park to hold a Samhain festival, they'll be allowed to. If you want to put a nativity scene out in front of your business, you'll be allowed to. If a preacher wants to preach in a public park somewhere, you'll be allowed to do so. I'm sick and tired of this squelching of religious freedom, the attack on Christmas and all this other anti-religious garbage. That ceases immediately. Because the Constitution does guarantee religious freedom, folks. You know, if you're atheist and you don't want to participate, don't participate. You don't want to see it, don't look at it.
They still worship the reptilians, correct. Correct. That's what I'm saying. The ancient ancestors of the Negroid race came here with the reptilians and were allies with them. And the ancient African tribes out in the bush still worship these reptilians to this very day.
Wait, I'm part reptilian?
No, you're an ally to the reptilians.
Oh, okay. Well, really and truly, the Caucasian race or the white race would be more reptilian-like
No, the white race.
than
The white race is from Mars.
Yeah. Even
The white
better.
race is from Mars.
Yeah, and women are from Venus. Yeah, I know.
No, Asians are from Venus.
They could wave $6 billion under my nose. I wouldn't accept it.
How many to put a couple G's down in my fucking drop-in down there? My chip-in, or whatever the fuck that thing's called. Von is e-begging? Von is always e-begging. Let me tell you something. Cocoa Puffs is e-begging. Do you hear me? Cocoa Puffs is fucking e-begging.
But then out of nowhere, there's this voice that says, "Hey, Punisher, catch this!" And there's this chick off in the distance, behind some crates or something. She tosses me this huge potato sack full of weapons, you know. And of course, then things change rather dramatically, don't they? Yeah. Let's just put it this way: after I catch that potato sack that has my weapons in it, their genetic and ET enhanced enhancements, double entendre there. You know, their extraterrestrial enhancements don't do them any good after that point. Okay, let's just put it that way.
Anyways, I just thought I'd share this bombshell of information with you. So for those of you that are stupidly supporting YouTube, you might want to reconsider that shit. Because if this information is true, and Al Jazeera is indeed the parent company of YouTube, and one of them, and is supplying YouTube their money and their funding, then every time you give YouTube your money, you're supporting worldwide terror, and not even realizing it. How about that for a kick in the fucking nuts? Huh? Pretty badass, huh? Alright, anyway, that's all I got. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna go see who else I can expose as being an Islamic terrorist. I'm having a lot of fun doing this shit. Getting unshackled from Google has been quite a liberating experience because Google can no longer silence me. So I've actually got a newfound freedom that I didn't know I had. Makes it nice.
Oh my God! Hot burn! I'm bleeding!
All this and much more as Grampy Lobster kind of, commentates his thoughts of the video you just watched. Just to throw some stuff out there so you know where I'm coming from when I'm talking about certain things, you know what I'm saying? So, stay tuned for part 2. Yeah, yeah, we'll talk to you guys later, okay? Just don't forget to watch part 2, okay? Part 2 is going to be coming up pretty soon, okay? Don't forget to watch it. This is Grampy Lobster along with Secular Lobster Ministries, Clam Shack, and Chili Bar. Hoping everyone has a wonderful evening. And remember, stay tuned for part 2.